Good morning, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Graybeards and What We Think. My name is Wayne, and to my stage left or right, as you're looking, is my good friend Bug. Good morning, sir.
Good morning. I'm trying to dodge these cats in the background so
Yeah,
be y'all
look
can
at
be
you,
whole.
man. You with the
That's
family.
the clan. Don't
Nice choice of words. mm,
don't y'all come around here.
good job. Look at
Yeah.
beautiful
So
family.
that's the very tall guy in the back. That's my son-in-law. Great guy, man. Great personality.
He is.
Mario
I know him. I've
had
known him.
experience
I
to work
know
with
him.
him. Yeah, he knows
Yeah.
him.
I
And the
don't
little
know if
lady
I've ever met Peaches though. I'm trying to think.
might have came across her. She probably like, who's that guy with the scowl on his face? Like, that's why don't worry about
Mm.
it.
It's my
You probably
natural resting bitch face.
that's
Mm.
him, and that's my daughter with the sunglasses on her head, and then next to the lady with the sunglasses on her head with the kind of blondish hair, that's Jada's other sister,
Hmm.
Alondra, and her son DJ, the little kid at the bottom.
Yeah.
In the center is Jada, the lady of the hour in prom 2026. And to Jada's right is my wife, Bernadette, with her beautiful white teeth. She take pride, man. She there
Those things are
was
beaming, man. Holy cow.
they believe it. She does the man. She does the most.
Yeah.
And then me, Black Bob lookalike.
That's an inside joke. Most people won't.
Yeah,
Some people
you
that,
guys won't
you know,
until I
the,
put a picture of Bob on it. You won't know what I'm talking about.
yeah, the 20
Mhm.
people that'll watch this
I know.
episode. Most of my, that I don't know how they just listen to it. They don't really watch us, because we don't,
Yeah.
we're not technically advanced enough to other than to have a picture of something in their background.
We're primitive. We're old. Was born in the '60s.
Yeah, we're definitely not
Yeah.
savvy, and I'm trying
Yeah.
to be, and I suck at it. Is that people that do watch the videos go, "Oh my God, what is this guy doing?"
What is this Hicks doing?
My eyes all
Yeah,
messed.
man.
My
But your
allergies are
boy
killing me.
can survive.
Yeah, well, we'll have
But
to. So that's where we'll talk at the end of the show of your day yesterday and the latter part of the week and your escapade, if you will, for getting Jada ready for prom. So if
yeah,
you're watching, you have to wait to the end to hear about what it took for
Bug's
this,
life.
what Bug had to go through so she could go to her prom. I personally never really cared, but I think it's more, I think, not to sound sexist or anything, but I think it's more important for women than it is for men. Certain
Um,
aspects of prom, right?
yeah,
The
it's
whole
more of a
getting
chore for me.
ready for it. It's like the wedding, right? Um, even though you had misspoke and said it was a wedding dress, but it
I
was
did.
just the
Shucks, it
prom.
felt like a darn wedding.
I know. I don't know what he's doing, folks. He's moving his
I'm
camera.
trying. I'll block. Hey, I've decided that you're only going to see these other. It's doing it myself.
Mhm.
I'm not doing anything.
Well, stop messing with it. It'll adjust for you. It's AI.
Yeah, exactly. That's what it's
I don't
doing.
know how you
Stop.
get yours to do that. I could sit way over here, and that's where I will be the whole time.
I'm not getting it to do it.
But
It's
I'm
doing it on its
using a
own.
different. My children thought I needed a different camera. I have a separate camera for
Mhm.
recording these shows. But anyways, a lot going on in the world. Uh, I'm- Artemis 2 returned, as you all know. It the astronauts safely landed in the ocean somewhere. Um, I don't know exactly where, and they all came out and they've done their interviews. And you know, Kyle and his moonwalk, thing, where he likes to, he only does that to egg me on, I'm sure, because
Of
there's so
course.
many conspiracies out there that we never went to the moon. Rightfully so, if you want to believe that, because, have you watched shows from the 60s and early 70s in comparison to today's technology that they were in, people don't believe that we were incapable of getting to the moon. And even though we just did it again, the Van Allen radiation belt was a topic, right? But apparently, in this 21st century, we figured out that we can at least go around the moon and come back, right? So it was like a
I
test
believe
flight.
that. Yeah.
So, yeah. So, I mean,
Yeah, I'm not
apparently
going
we were able to figure it out,
huh,
again,
again.
and
That's like the teacher saying, work that problem on the board, Mr. Graves.
yep,
I see you got the right answer, but I need to see you. I need to
yep,
see the math.
yep. Show your
You know what I'm
work,
saying?
right?
Show your work.
Yeah. But yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, they made it back. I think do I think we should be spending money on that? I don't know. Give me some information why you want to go to the moon. Why? What's the interest in the moon? You know?
You boldly go where no man has gone before. So the script. I mean, you watch Star
Well, they
Trek back in
changed
the
it.
day.
It says where no one is going to be born.
No one.
They took the man
Oh,
out of it.
oh no.
Mhm.
Dang it.
They did
Y'all,
that. They did that
I can
to
do a segment.
appeal to because that it sounded sexist to just say man and not
Hey, stop.
it
Sexist.
is.
I got
It
to
is.
change the name for woman. Woman.
Yeah,
I'm
well,
not a woman. And
they can't
female.
even they don't want to define a woman, and that and it's women that are not wanting to define what a woman is.
Yeah, what term can you use? You can't use female because it got male in it. Can't use woman because it got man in it. What are they?
I
Give
know what
me
a
a
woman
politically
is.
correct
I'm quite happy.
term.
I'm I'm quite happy with the woman terminology
You
personally.
are, but those that's trying to derail the system. What girl? We got to think of a whole nother term that separates the woman from the man.
It makes no sense to me, right?
Yeah.
You're talking to an
They
old
got
school guy
if
that's
you out
going,
there,
I don't know. I don't know. I can't explain it.
you can't say she because it got he in it.
Hmm.
No matter what you do, our whole language is infiltrated with the masculinity slash femininity. He's a she's a he with an S on it.
Well, even if they
She's a
go
she.
with, yeah, even if they go with they, them, right? There's a he
Yeah,
in
same
there.
thing. It's a he in it. You can't undo what God has done.
Yeah, they can try, and they try, and
You got to think of a word. If you guys out there, you watch these old dudes talk, aka gray beards, which our logo has a brown beard, but nah, ignore that. Um,
yeah, it does,
Give us
doesn't
a
it?
term that would represent what was formerly known as a woman that is totally separated from the man. I would love to hear that. Come
Well,
on with it.
it's been it's that way, and it'll continue to be that way. I don't know. Um, it's a unique time. Let's use that term. What we're going through in the world. Just like if you talk to people back in the day when the aircraft was first being developed, right? There were people that did not believe that they could fly a plane across the Atlantic. or the Pacific. It was too far of an expanse. And based on the, technology at the time, they couldn't do it, right? So I don't know. It's just weird when
Yeah,
you think about it.
back to your question about should we go to the moon? I think there's things out there in the between Earth and the moon that we might can harness some kind of way. We might can harness that Van Allen radiation belt, We
Well,
might could, we're gonna might could figure out a way to harness that thing like we do the sun, you know.
mhm.
We harness the sun, we harness the wind, the waves. We might can harness whatever is out there in space. And the moon could be a base for such experiments, you know, that can help maybe propel, us into new discoveries. So yeah, I think it's important. I mean, shucks, man, just like you was just saying, going across that ocean. Nobody thought we could do that once upon a time, right? And guess what happened? Shucks, a whole freaking continent is over here that the whole world knew nothing about.
Yeah,
What
because
the heck is this thing?
yeah. Then the only way the only at the time the only technology was to to cross that span was to go by a boat, right?
Yeah, let's just do it. Magellan,
Hmm.
let's go.
Yeah.
Let's see how big this Earth is.
Well, yeah, they
He
thought that
proved,
they thought that they would fall off the edge of the earth. They thought it was flat, and
yeah,
there's still people to this day that believe the earth is flat.
yeah. But they had to modify their belief because the old belief was you would fall off the edge.
Hmm.
Now I guess you just go under the bottom.
I don't
Drop it.
know. It's
You
some
just
kind of they talk about some kind of ice wall or something that you can't. Uh,
no pictures of this thing.
yeah,
No pictures of the ice wall.
yeah.
We got
No,
pictures of the spherical planet we call Earth. All the freaking things that we can observe around, or at least a sphere, you know. But
well,
Earth is flat.
I mean, when and I know you're a very staunch believer in the timeline of the Bible, right?
Yeah, I'm that guy. Yeah,
You believe that it's only 6,000 some years, right?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Um,
But I'll kind of go a little bit into that. But go ahead. You might be moving
well, no,
towards a point.
I'm just saying that, but they're finding stuff that they believe that's millions of years old, right?
Yeah. You got to be able to reconcile those two. This guy says it's 6 billion years old, and he got another cat over here talking about it's 6,000 years old.
Yeah,
They
that's
got the
quite a,
sixes right.
yeah, it's kind of,
That's a big difference. Yeah. Yeah.
when you look at, I was watching a thing the other day on YouTube about all these pyramids that are throughout the world, right? And they all have similarities, and they're like, I don't know who built them, or they know who built them, and they don't know why they built them, but they all share certain commonalities, right?
Hmm.
That like the way they face and their alignments and so much, but I mean, there's some in Bosnia Herzegovina, there's Mauritius Island, in Africa. We
Hmm.
all, when you say pyramids, you think of one of two, right?
Right.
The ones in Egypt, the Great
Hmm.
Pyramids, as they're referred to. But you also got
Hmm.
all the pyramid structures, pyramid like structures. They're still a pyramid, but they're different. The ones in the Aztec, South America region, all of them, they all share similarities in their alignment, where they're put. Um, I think it
Hmm.
was um, Nubia or something
Nubia.
like that in Africa.
Hmm.
They have a
Hmm.
different kind of pyramids, still a pyramid, but they're like the sides are like, say it's 70 degrees. They're more of a, and they're not as tall
Mhm.
or not as big.
Okay.
And, it's some of them they equate back to the Romans when the Romans were
Mhm.
they were copying or they brought back, there's pyramids in Rome.
Mhm. They're
And
not
I've been
done
there and I didn't know it. There's a
it.
pyramid like structure there.
Hmm.
But again, when you talk about going to the moon, it's like I'm not correlating pyramids with going to the moon by no means,
Hmm.
but it's like we have so many things that are unknown in our on our planet, right? What is
Hmm.
the drive to go to the moon? What is the purpose, right? What is
Hmm.
the why do they want to go to the moon? It's a simple question, right? It's like why,
Yeah.
you know?
I think he probably can observe your universe better, which they know that because I mean we got satellites out there that that are I should say that they're not obstructed by our atmosphere, so they know we can get a better sight picture being out there. And the necessity to go to the moon, they might not even be there. I mean, we got satellites, what we can
Yeah.
observe. We got these things floating around space, taking pictures and making videos and stuff. Maybe it's just vanity. Could be vanity. We did it. You said I couldn't do it. God dog it. I on the goddamn moon and I built the house. How about that? Do you believe
Yeah.
now, Ernest Sharp? I got a mansion on the moon. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
And well, in today's advent of AI, a lot of people are just like, they don't even believe half the stuff they see and rightfully so, because you don't know what to believe. Um, there's so many AI generated videos out there right now that you're like, this can't be real, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
Um,
You're
I
absolutely
don't,
right. So yeah, I mean, okay, so Artemis 2, they went out there, they returned. I saw the ship. I saw some chunks missing out of the ship, on the return. What you think about that? What
oh
you think
yeah,
about?
well, when
We
you're
gotta.
screaming into the atmosphere of the earth and there's a big fireball, I could
Mhm.
see stuff coming up, you know, and hopefully
Uh-huh.
they'll look at that and, adjust and say, okay, we got to change this. If we're going to do this, um, they're going to look at it as being as a success, obviously, but
Can you imagine turning that friction into energy somehow? On a return trip to the moon, if we could just harness, that's a lot. You know, that
yeah,
thing was hot. If we could had some kind of way to harness that energy that's produced from the return to the earth, that would be interesting.
it's unbelievable that they were able to, in my
Yeah,
mind, being an old hat, I don't, because they did it so long ago, right? They're just doing something they've already done before. I'm not as impressed as I was back in 1969 when they first did it.
yeah, yeah. It was the first time
I mean,
pioneer type situation.
my my cell phone here has more computing power than the entire, you know,
NASA.
NASA did
It
it
wasn't NASA.
back. Yeah, when you think about it, I always found that I don't know if you've ever seen the one about the woman that was working as a mathematician
Mhm.
back in the day. Kevin Costner. Unfortunately, I don't remember the name of the actress that was in that.
Mhm.
Um, I don't know if she's been in. I think she's been in other stuff, but I don't remember her name. But because she was black, she couldn't. She would. They got. They tied in other difficulties of being black in the
Right.
'60s
Mm-hmm.
They had white only bathrooms, fountains, whatever. They didn't get, and one, she was black, and two, she was a woman, that
Mm-hmm.
there was, they were discriminated against just because of, one, the color of their skin, and two, that they were female,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yeah.
And yet she was probably the smartest person math wise in the whole thing, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And that her contribution to NASA was overlooked for many, 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 for 50 plus years, right? And
Mm-hmm.
it's sad that, when you think about it, that was the state that we were in this country, in the world
Mm-hmm.
in general, right?
Right.
And to go overcome that, and to, her contributions, direct contributions, allowed those missions to be a success.
Right.
It just says so much about her and her
Mm-hmm.
team,
Mm-hmm.
um, that she overcame all those and still got the mission done, right? She was that
Right.
dedicated to
Mm-hmm.
doing what she was hired to do, right?
Right. Right.
I just
Yeah.
can't imagine. I can't imagine. I doubt I would have that to be that. I would have said, "Well, screw you guys. I'm out of here. You're you're racist, and sexism, and all that."
Yeah.
I
Hmm.
I personally wouldn't have. I probably would have said, "Screw it. I'm out of here."
Yeah. It's don't know how you would have responded to that. I know how you feel right now,
Yeah,
but
I'm
evidently
just
it was
saying that
pretty
they
important.
would. It's just amazing. It's an amazing accomplishment by that person,
Mm-hmm.
and to think that those things went on, unbeknownst to me at the time.
Mm-hmm.
I was
Yeah.
very young. I was, when.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Back in those days. But yeah, they made the movie. I haven't watched it. Um, Probably read more about it than what I've seen on TV. It might be, is it Hidden Colors? Is that the one? Is it called that? I can't remember.
I can't.
But yeah,
Unfortunately, I just remember that the
yeah, she's played in some
sacrifices and
shows.
that she did. I don't remember the
Mhm.
name of the movie, but if it's
Yeah.
got Kevin Costner was in it,
Hmm.
and I just don't know. I don't know. I don't. I'm not saying she's not well known, just not to me. I
Yeah,
don't
I can't.
know.
She is well known. I just can't think of a name either. Um, I'm at that age now. I can't remember my
Yeah, I'll sit
names.
there and there'll be someone in there that I've known and watched for decades, and I can't remember their dang on name. There's no
Yeah,
excuse.
hey, it's happening. Yep. But yeah, hey, that's it. I mean, we're like I kind of when you was talking about what you was talking about, I was just thinking that there's a lot of stuff on Earth to explore. Those guys that was building those pyramids, I think I mean, we don't even know to the full extent why they did the pyramids. They probably like this was more than just a big grave. This freaking thing here, I could harness the sun. Whatever they was doing with the pyramids, it was
Yeah,
more than just. It was more than what it appeared, in my opinion.
yeah,
Um,
absolutely. Yeah,
yeah, definitely more than what it looked like. Oh, they just went up there to do these sacrifices. I think it was more than that. More than a tomb, more than a sacrificial altar, or whatever. It was a testimony, in my opinion, especially the three in Egypt. I think they represent God in some sort of way. Father, Son, and Holy Ghost. You got it. I mean, they're different sizes and stuff like that. And you pique my interest. I want to know, did they build all these pyramids built them threes, or is it twos, is it fours? What is it? Okay, I may
well,
delve into that.
here's an interesting fact. I say fact. I don't know it to be 100%, but nobody
Mhm.
was buried in a pyramid.
Do not know that.
I didn't either. That's what
I
they
thought
said.
there's some,
I cannot confirm. Maybe someone else,
yeah.
writing them little comments down there if they, you know,
Mhm.
feel so
Yeah.
it was in. I mean, I found it pretty interesting. It just happened to pop up on one of my when I was on. I watch YouTube most all the time, That is
Hmm.
my main go-to entertainment. A lot of it is because it's people like you and I that are just out doing things daily, real life, more real life, realistic, um,
Yeah,
in a lot of ways, what people are doing in the world.
yeah, yeah. Kind of, yeah, just the era that we grew up in. We're kind of curious type individuals. You know,
Well,
we went to school when we probably was the last generation or close to it that they actually taught you. And you actually was required to retain the information that you learned. Now everything you can just Google it. I
you
don't need to
know,
retain this.
well, when you talk about education, I remember
Mhm.
learning more stuff in middle school than I did in high school, than I do in high
Right.
school.
Me too. I think that's where all of my whatever I remember comes from that.
Yeah,
My
I
middle
mean
school
that
was 789.
absolutely. I remember a lot more in from middle school than I do in high school or any of that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I
Yeah.
don't know why, but I do. I remember
Right.
learning anthropology and
Uh-huh.
talk,
Yeah.
and I don't know if that was because of the teachers or because I was in a certain state of growth
Yeah.
mentally. Things
Yeah.
started
Yeah.
to click.
Yeah. You're probably
Um,
so. I mean, that's a good point. You're probably right. Middle school is that time where you just stuff start to click. Possibly.
mm,
Possibly. Could be right. Could be
yeah,
right, man.
I
I
mean,
just
that's what
remember
I
middle
think.
school chemistry. I hated chemistry. I didn't know. It took a while
Now,
for that to click.
yeah, chemistry was, it wasn't bad though. But I took chemistry in high school though.
Mm. Took some in junior high. Yeah, mine was intro to chemistry. We had to learn a periodic table, some bull crap like
Mm,
that. Different
I hate it.
neutrons and electrons,
Yeah,
kind of bull
I
crap.
did enjoy the experiments and stuff in chemistry class. I did
Yeah,
like those.
yeah. That's what's up.
Mm.
Well, yeah, man. Hey, great country to live in. Unfortunately, we're at war. What's going on with the war, Wayne? From your POV, is it over? Is oil flowing like it should?
What
Based on what you're hearing on
the conflict that we're in,
is
contingency?
that what we're gonna call it?
Well,
Yeah, the
everybody
conflict.
calls it a war, right? And I
Hmm.
think they use that just as, the talking heads on the left use it as means that he's declared war. Only Congress can declare war, and as far as I know, they haven't done that yet.
Okay. So this
I think
conflict, is it over, as far as you know?
I want to
I know
believe,
ceasefire.
yeah, there's still a ceasefire. I think someone they've
Hmm.
they've realized that they've got to come to the negotiation table and change their ways. Um, Obviously, there's a big rift with NATO and the U.S. right now. Um, and of course, those opposition, that's all they can think of. Oh, we would have did it. Let's just give them money. Well, that didn't work, right? Um, if it would have worked, that would have been great. It's just money, right? We'll just, you know, print more, right?
Right.
Is some people's mentality. We'll just print more money.
Yeah.
But I don't know. We got about
Seems like
10 minutes left, or 9 minutes left.
10 minutes. Well, let me break news then. Okay, here we go.
Well, there's
Cow.
those have been waiting for the last 30 minutes, waiting to hear about.
Well, they wanted to hear about Jada's next adventure, going into the military.
Mm,
Was she scored high enough on her ASVAB to enter the armed services of the United States? And I was supposed to make the big announcement today. And he says, "Hey, supposed to. What does that mean? Supposed to means exactly what supposed to." Yeah, our regularly scheduled program was interrupted by Prom Disaster 4. of 2026.
Yeah, yeah.
Now, look, by gauging by this picture here, you would say it was a smashing success. However, it didn't start out. This is the end result right here.
Mm,
Okay. So, all right. Y'all know, you probably remember I had to go to Augusta, Georgia, which is about an hour and a half away, to go get her fitted for this prom dress. And I'm almost ashamed to tell you how much it costs, but
you
I'm gonna
don't
tell
have
you.
to. You don't have to.
It's four
Don't.
digits. Okay.
Yeah.
Don't do it. All right, I'm not
No,
gonna
don't
do
do
it.
that.
Our ratings
No.
may go down. People may get the wrong impression.
I'll tell you
This
what,
trip,
put it in the comments. Have people put it in the comments what you think he spent for a prom dress for his daughter. Not the one that she's wearing, but the one that she was wanting to get.
yeah. So
Yeah.
anyway, we go there. We meet the lady, the seamstress or whatever, and she's like, okay, the material was wrong. I'm not gonna bore you with all that detail, but anyway, she's like, come back. Oh, I have the dress ready for you Friday. Well, Friday came, which was 2 days later, and it wasn't ready. And so this lady was like, hey, it will be ready Saturday between the hours of 0300. That's 3 a.m. for you civilian folks, and 0800, which is 8 a.m. So I was like, my God, Jada had a whole bunch of stuff she needed to do, hair, makeup, whatever ladies do. That's a word, ladies that don't have man in it, but okay. So so she's like, Dad, I need you to go. I'm like, I got 10,000 yards to cut. Okay, I won't. I'm the executor. I will not cut grass. I'll go get your prom dress. So I show up to get a prom dress, and this is what I hear. Crickets. So the lady
That's your
was
crickets.
nowhere to be nowhere nowhere to be found. I'm ringing the doorbell, I'm calling her, I'm texting her, and all this, nothing. She's gone. She went ghost. She packed up her stuff. I saw a for sale sign on the building that she was allegedly working out of. So we got scammed. Luckily, this lady in orange with the sunglasses on her head had the
Save the
insight.
day.
Just
Save the
saved the
day.
day. She saved the day. She had bought Jada the dress that she's wearing now, and it only costs 100 and something dollars. And I think it's beautiful. And so Jada got so discouraged. She didn't get her prom dress that she wanted. She called me up and like, Dad, I'm not going. I don't want to go. I don't want to go to prom. She called me while I was riding my X-Mark lawnmower. I was
Mhm.
cutting somebody's grass. I had made it back from Augusta. And so I had to have a heart-to-heart talk with her, pep talk, got her back in the right frame of mind. And this is the this is the end result. This is all the we could she had a good time.
You cut
Because I
out.
haven't seen her since.
Yeah.
she she went to spend the night with her girlfriend. Oh, my internet
Okay.
is unstable. So yeah,
Yeah.
she's there.
You.
I did a
Yeah.
drive-by. Saw her car there. So I'm like, she's at this address. Sorry, Jade, I had to check. Ronald Reagan said, trust but verify. So,
Yeah.
so,
Yeah. Definitely trust
so
but verify.
yeah, I trust you. Don't get it wrong. I just had to verify that,
Yeah.
your car was there. So, but anyway, so it turns out good. But she did call me though. And this was a proud moment, right? And hopefully the girls that she was with last night, some incident took place and the girls were getting rowdy.
Mm.
Jada
Yeah.
decided to leave the scene and called me. She was like, Dad, the girls that I'm with, they had an accident and they're not acting civil. And I didn't want to be a part of that. You know what I'm saying? I was
Mm.
like, I said, dang, I'm proud of you. You don't want to get involved with the shenanigans of the others. And I was like, man, so I need to convey that message to her. I was like really proud that she had the courage to separate herself from certain activities and do the right thing. That was
Oh yeah.
that mean a lot, Jada. You
Yeah.
know,
It's a
yeah,
proud papa moment, right?
proud papa moment. You know what I'm saying? You actually listening to me. So, but
Mm.
yeah, that's it. More, if you guys want to hear more details about prom Bomb 26. Drop some comments in there. I won't read them. Wayne will tell me what she's got to say. And I'll hopefully respond. Now that was a joke. That was a joke. But it's probably true.
There's some truth to that.
There's some truth. But really do love you guys, man. You know, Rick,
Yeah,
where you at, Rick? And all the others out there that
yeah.
comment, man. Appreciate you guys. You guys keep us alive. Kudos to my man Wayne. He's always dropping bombs. Other people are telling me about Wayne. Hey, that guy is on, and he's doing a lot.
Hey, well, we're in the 2 minutes that we got left. Thanks for watching, everyone. Hey, if you got some unique prom stories or what you think about Artemis, why we're going back to the moon, I know some people are just their heads are exploding that they actually were able to circumvent the moon. 50 years, almost 50 years later. Yeah, I love it personally. Well, it's over 50 years, right? Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
So, yeah,
Well over 50 years.
yeah, over
Hmm
50 years, and we're doing it again. I know I've already seen some of the conspiracy guys and already going, oh,
Yeah.
they cut it here, they cut it here. Why did they change the camera? I'm like,
The thing that I noticed, okay, just going back to the original film, when these guys they were bouncing around the moon, right? I'll say this quickly. They're bouncing around the moon because they could barely maintain their gravitational pull. But when they kicked the sand, oh no, can you see me? Can you hear me?
I
Wayne?
hear you. Yeah.
Okay, did something wrong. But anyway, when they kicked the sand immediately went down like sand's supposed to. It didn't float off into space. That was concerning to me. You know
But
what
it
I'm saying?
won't.
But
There is, first off, there is gravity on the moon. It's just less than what it is on Earth.
I expected if a human could barely maintain the gravitational
Uh,
pull, I'm like, why
no.
would sand not just drift off into space somewhere? That
Why?
was
Why were?
not
If
trying to
that
be.
was if that was the case, they wouldn't have been able to walk on the moon if there was no gravity.
I got it was. I'm just saying,
It's
the
gonna
gravity.
fall. It will fall.
Yeah,
You can
but it
see
just
it.
went immediately. It
But
went down. Is what I'm
we're gonna get cut off. Take care, everyone.
getting.
Thanks for watching. He's all ate up in conspiracy. Have a great week, and we'll catch you on the next one.
Take care, friends.
Take care, everybody.
God bless y'all.
All right. God bless.